In last class, we have already shown auto storage class. What is the meaning of this auto storage class? This is the default storage class for all the variables, and I had shown you that this is the way it will be executing. Okay. Now come to next external storage class. So external storage class is it simply tells us that the variable is defined elsewhere and not within the same block. Okay, means we are having three different files, suppose 4, 5, as many as different file. So this is our first file, main.c, and this is another file, original.c. Okay, so variable is declared here and it is accessed here using extern keyword. Okay, so how do we use? Basically, the value is assigned to it in different block and it can be overwritten or changed in a different block as well. Excuse me. So the external variable is nothing but a global variable initialized with the legal value where it is declared in order to be used elsewhere. Okay, it can be accessed within any function or block. Also, a normal global variable can be made external as well by placing the external keyword. Okay, so I will show you by this example. Before its definition in any function or block, this basically signifies that we are not initializing a new variable, but instead we are using access or accessing the existing variable, and this is a global variable. The main purpose of using external variables is that they can be accessed between two different files, which are the part of large program. So here you can see that this is one program and this is another program. And here it is declared. You can declare the variable outside the scope. And if you are declaring this variable outside the scope, scope, then it is known as global variable. Okay, but for this particular file, now this is actual global. This makes actual global if we declare here external. So this external will search for all the associated file, whether this I is available here or I is available here or I is available somewhere else. As soon as it will get the I, it will automatically fetch the value of I and it will print the value of I. Okay, so this is how one can use. Here I is not declared, but printf variable of external integer is this. Fine. Now come to static variable. Static is another storage class and it is used to declare static variable which are popularly used while writing program in C language. Okay, so this is a function, next function, and here it is using the static variable. So I will show you by example. But before this, let us understand what is the meaning of static function, why we are using this static storage class. Okay. So static variable preserves the value of their last use in their scope. Okay. Whatever there is there in this scope, it will preserve, and in next iteration also it will incremented from the uh, stored value. So we can say that they are initialized only once and exist till the termination of the program. Thus, no new memory is allocated because they are not re-declared. Their scope is local and to the function to which they were defined. But sometimes, two types of static variables are there. Local static variable and global variable, global static variable. It is declared outside main. And it is inside any scope. Global static variables can be accessed anywhere in the program. By default, they are accessed and the value of 0 by the compiler. Actually, whatever we are writing in data segment. There are two different type of classes, storage classes, static and external. Whatever variable are there, it is always initialized with 0. Okay. And stack segment, it is auto variable and it is garbage. And similarly in register, the variable storage type is register and it also holds the garbage value. Now, so let us discuss about register variable now. Actually, before this, I need to explain this program. So let me delete some annotations. So just try to understand what is the meaning of this program. There is one function call and this is the function name. Okay. Next is the function name and this is global static variable. Global static variable. Actually, it is not required to declare static in global sense because automatically it is considered to as global because it is declared in top of this. But let us check what is the meaning of why it is declared. And this is our local static variable. Okay, local static variable. Now, if this program runs while counter is less than 10, counter plus plus. So initially, what is the value of counter? Initially, the value of counter is 7. So it will start from 7. Okay. Now, next will be called. So this function next will be called. Here, static integer is given as 13. Iteration plus plus. Okay. Now iteration plus plus means it will become 14. So iteration %d and counter %d. So it will print iteration %d means 13th iteration, 14th iteration, and counter value of counter is 7. Initially, the value of counter is 7. Then in next iteration, now next program will be terminated. Now come to counter again. Counter plus plus. What is the value of counter now? It is 7. Now it will become 8. Okay. After that, it goes here only. And because static is written, that's why the value of 8 is written. Otherwise, what happened? Whenever I'm going to, because this program is running correctly, so there is no problem. I'm not able to. Now come to this. Counter is less than 10. Yes, 8 is less than 10. Okay, 8 is less than 10. And then it will go to here and it will print what value it will printing because static is written. Now, because I'm going here, so it will automatically start from 13, but it will not start from 13. It will start from, it will automatically start from 13 and this will become 14 and again 14 will be printed. But now it will not print 14. It will print 15. So I will show you by running program also. So let me show you. Okay. What is the impact of static variable? This time I think you are overloaded with lot of assignment because nobody is giving me a response whatever I am explaining. So this is very dangerous for you people. Okay. So this is static variable. So let me open the program of static variable. Where is code block? So this is code block. and I'm opening that file, register demo. Okay. No, register demo is not required. Actually, this time static demo is required. Yes. So this is our static demo program. It is initialized with counter equals to 7 and then integer iteration equals to 13. I had not written a static variable. Okay. So let me run this program. So the answer is always coming iteration equals to 14, iteration equals to 14, and iteration equals to 14. Why? Because whenever we are terminating this particular program, it will automatically initialize to next value. Okay. So to avoid such kind of thing, because it shows the scope and you are very sure that what is the scope of this. Now to avoid such kind, to return this value, you need to write static. As soon as you write a static, it will automatically just see the output here. Fine. This is output and you can see that each and every time it will print 14, 14, 14. And because this static is written, so 7, 8, 9 it will be print. If I am not writing static also, this will also print 7, 8, 9 because it is running under one loop. Fine. So, and it is global. Now, the answer is 15, 14, 15, and 16. So due to this static, it says that it retains the value in memory. That is the important thing why a static class will be created for a C program. So any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes.
inside the program you have written static int. Sir, please explain it again.
क्या चीज?
Static int.
हाँ,
हाँ सर, ये वापस समझाएगा.
ये फिर से समझाऊं. If I'm not writing static int, okay. If I'm not writing static int, so what will happen? Just see it. This is our program. This is a function. Okay, we are calling this function. We are going to call this function. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And this function is being called by this. Whatever written here, it will be called like this. Whenever I'm going to call this, it will automatically go here and it will start running. Fine. So because the value of counter is already declared, so this is global variable. Now counter will run from 7. Initial value is 7, 8, 9, and up to 9. And yes, as soon as this counter value goes 10, it will automatically stop. Fine. So 3 times it will run 7, 8, 9. There is no problem. But I am running this program and it is invoked for 7. Whenever I am invoking this for 7, it will automatically print what value? It will print the value of counter. It will print the value of iteration. So initially iteration is 13 and iteration plus plus will become 14. Now it will print 14 and 7. Now second iteration will start 8. This will check whether integer iteration is written 13 or not. It is written 13. Again, it will increment it by 1 and it will print 14. And finally, it will print 14 and 8. Then in next iteration, it will print 14 and 9. Why? Because this program get refreshed. Which program get refreshed? This void next. This get refreshed. Okay. The value of this integer will be declared afresh. Fine. So how do we check whether the variable declared afresh or not? So let me write one more thing. Address of this variable. Let us write address of this variable. So percent p, I think percent p will give you address of this. Yes, address of iteration. Okay. No new address will be taken each and every time. The same address will be taken, but the value is always initialized. So there is no meaning of this address. Let me discontinue this variable and this also. Yes. So if I'm running this program without a static, it will automatically reinitialize. Iteration equals to 14. Each and every time iteration equals to 14 is coming. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, as soon as I'm going to declare it as a static, okay, so automatically this will retain the previous value. If I'm running this program, then this will be the output. Here you can see that 14 is coming, 15 is coming, and 16 is coming. So this is the use of static. What happens if we are creating function, and this function will be called several times. And if I want to retain the value, previous value, then we need to declare a static class. That's why this static keyword is coming into existence. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is all about static. Now come to register class. So register and extern. Let me show you extern also. Fine. So this is stat demo is done. Register demo. For register, I need to create a new project. Okay. So I'm creating a new project, console application. And here I'm going to next and I will create C project. And the project title is extern demo C. C सेक्शन का है, ठीक है, और इसको मैंने कर दिया नेक्स्ट एंड ये फिनिश हो गया. Now this screen is available to you. You can see what are the files associated with this project, only main.c. If we click on this, this will show main.c. Fine. So I need to add one more file. So, and it will ask, do you want to add this file into active project? Yes, I want to. So this is our additional file. Okay. So in this additional file, I am writing include stdio.h and integer I equals to some value. Let us write 5 times 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So integer I is also declared. Additional, any problem is there? I think there. Now come to main. Here we need to declare extern integer I. Okay. Now if I'm going to print this value, hello world %d. And now I'm writing I. Okay. So let us compile this program. And now you can see that here I had not declared anything and it is declared in some other file. I had not included any file also. Yes. No. stdlib is included, stdio.h is included, but this file is not included. So that's why, see, if you don't want to use this extern, okay, I will show you another example, another demo. Like this additional .c is there. So you can use this as include file. What is the name of this? Additional .c. Fine. And I am not writing external int. This also works well, but we need to show you integer I, multiple declaration of I. I had not defined anything here. Why it is writing? I don't know. Let me delete this line also. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what is the problem here, but it must, if I had included this additional dot C, spelling is correct or not? Rename ADDITIONL, ADDITIONL. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I had not declared anywhere. Okay. There is problem related with object file, code block, C program, and this is your storage class. Okay. Where it is defined. What is the name of program? Anyone? You are sleeping, simply sleeping. Yes. Okay, let us write this program once again. Oh my God. प्रोजेक्ट तो मैंने डिलीट ही कर दिया, प्रोजेक्ट फाइल तो डिलीट कर दी पूरी। कहाँ मिलेगी अब? रिसाइकल बिन में।
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही।
So please note down the timings. Okay, the program which I'm running here, please note down the timing. So it is execution, the execution is for 50,000 times. Okay, without any register variable. So let me start this and please note down the observation. Fine. So who will let me open Excel file. So this is without register, integer, and this is register. Okay, so let us calculate the timings of each iteration. So first we start 8.345. Okay, this is first 8.345. 8.345. Second execution. Let us see second execution. This will take 7.812. Now come to third execution. $7.575. $7.646. And the last execution. $7.591. So this is our execution time for integer class. Let us see for register integer class, because it is executed inside the CPU. So let us check what will happen. In first execution, it took 8.322. 8.322 difference. This equals to this minus this. So this will be calculate. This will calculating the overall time difference, how much it is faster. Okay, let me run second iteration of this register variable program. $7.653. 7.653. Now come to next iteration. $7.672. 7.672. Okay. Another iteration. 7.966. 7.966. Okay. And this is our final iteration. .708. Actually, it is expected that whenever we are using register keyword, it will automatically enhance the speed. And here you saw that 2 times it will enhances the speed. But because I am using eNVM kind of storage, okay, and this is very fast storage, but despite of this, it must be very fast because we are running our program inside the system, inside the CPU. Actually, what happens if you are running your program, it is fetching data from your cache memory or your main memory to cache memory and cache memory to register. But here we have used register storage class. That's why it must be very fast. So let us see the benchmarking. So here for 50,000 iteration, register shows the delay. And here register shows the good behavior, that it is faster than the integer value. And the difference is almost linear line. So we cannot say anything about this. Okay. So we need to increase the iterations also. If I am increasing this iteration, it takes 12.365 in register. And let us see simple integer. Only one iteration we are going to execute because too much time it is taking. Wow, great. So I'm not able to conclude anything. Okay. I had shown you by example also, and this claim is not good. Whatever claim it is showing. So let me explain this. Register variable are similar to auto variable, no problem. The only difference is that register variable are stored inside CPU register, no problem. Actually, we are storing this value now. So storage is one thing, but so many times we are overwriting also. Register variable are faster than normal variable. So you have not seen any occurrence of this. We have already shown several examples, but the with means 10 lakhs iterations also, it is not showing 1 lakh iterations also. It is not showing good performance. Programmers can store only few variables in CPU register because size of register is less, and the keyword for variable to declare under register storage class is register. What compiler do on using register keyword, we are forcing the computer not to use memory to store the data, instead use CPU register. Advantages are accessing register variable executes faster than auto variable. Disadvantage, one cannot differences register variable because it has not memory address. We cannot access, actually it is. Now the equation is straightforward. One cannot comes out with pointer concept. If you are using register, you cannot use pointer. Okay. So see, if we are going in runtime, so many different conclusions are coming. But in previous, in the time of compiler evaluation, the speed of memory is very less. My memory speed is also very high. Its speed is 2.8 gigahertz. That time the memory speed is 32 hertz only. Okay, 32 to 300 hertz only. So that's why register will play an important role. And even see, let me show you memory speed. And also memory speed, that time it was 32 hertz, okay, up to 100 hertz. Nowadays memory speed is 1.8 to 2.8 gigahertz. So too much. This speed is too far away from this. And the CPU speed, that time it was 100 megahertz. Okay, 100 megahertz. And this time it is 1.8 gigahertz or 2.8 gigahertz. So there is no difference between memory and processor. That's why the speeds are almost equal with so many observation. Okay, so you can say this. Fine. So are you able to understand what is the difference between register and normal integer?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. So there is a big program and I will explain later on, because this program has no value if I'm going to explain this time, because this is very big and you don't know how to create functions also. So this is our summary of storage classes. There are 4 different storage class, and the fourth one is divided into 2 different storage class, static local and static global. Okay, if it is inside the loop, like in this program, this is our static local and this is our static global, because it is outside of main and outside of next. So that's why it is global and this is local. Fine. And auto is stored at stack segment and all other variables are stored in data segment except register. Register is stored in CPU register. So auto and register both having initial value as garbage and all other variables are having 0. Okay. Scope of auto and register is limited within the block, and static local is also within the block, but all other are program runtime. Okay, so this is a conclusion of storage class. Any doubt till now you can ask. No doubt.
सर मॉड्यूल 2 ये सर यहाँ तक आएगा क्या?
ये तो मॉड्यूल 3 है, मॉड्यूल 3 एंड होने पे आ गया।
तो सर मिड टर्म में मॉड्यूल 2 तक आएगा, मॉड्यूल 3 तक?
नहीं, मॉड्यूल 2 तक आएगा, मॉड्यूल 3 तक नहीं दूंगा क्योंकि मॉड्यूल 3 तक भले मैंने पढ़ा दिया है ना?
ओके सर।
हाँ।
ओके।
Any other question? Okay, so let us start with function. I am not going to explain right now. It will, there is separate unit for this. Now come to predefined preprocessors or processors, and this is also known as preprocessors. Fine. So the C preprocessor is not a part of compiler. It is not a part of compiler. Okay, but it is a separate step in the compilation process. Whenever a small error in name is coming, it will display an error. Fine. In simple terms, a C preprocessor is just a text substitution. It is just a text substitution tool, and it instructs the compiler to do the required pre-processing before the actual compilation. So we will refer to the C preprocessor as CPP or C preprocessor in vocal. All preprocessor commands begin with a hash symbol. तो यहाँ पर ये सारी की सारी चीजें जो हमको दिखाई दे रही है, this is preprocessor. It must be the first non-blank character. Okay, whenever this screen is there, you need to write with the extreme left. Okay, and the readability And for readability, a preprocessor directive should begin in the first column. So it will automatically start with first column, then only it will be read by the compiler. So let us see each one in detail. Hash define substitutes a preprocessor macro. Hash includes inserts a particular header from another file. Okay. So just give me a second time. Okay, so this is our include stdio.h we are using, yes or no? Include stdio.h.
Yes.
And just I had shown you one more include file, but it is not work correctly. So you can use locally or globally. Then undef undefines a preprocessor macro. Whatever we have defined previously, it can be undefined, because in a program sometimes what happen, we define the macro and now we need not to go for this macro. For this purpose we use undef. Okay, now come to if def. If def means if def it is defined already. If it is defined, it will return 1. If it is not defined, it will return 0. Then if not defined, if it is not defined, yes or no. If it is not defined, then it will return 1, and if it is defined, it will return 0. Here in case of defined, it will return 1, and not defined, it will return 0. Here not means it is not defined, then it will return 1, and defined, if defined, then it will return 0. Now come to if. Test if a compile time condition is true, else. So if, else, elif, etc. So these are given. So if, else, elif, or and if, these are similar to our if, else. Now come to next, error. Error will print the error message on standard error. Okay, standard error is a function. And now come to PRAGMA. Issues a special command to compiler using a standardized method. Okay, so we will see all these things in detail in next classes. Till now, if you have any argument or any doubt or any discussion related with this, you can ask. Yes. So tomorrow there will be no extra class, fine, but we need to see Wednesday we have some problem related with power failure. Okay, so on Wednesday you are having classes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for Wednesday's compensation, we will take additional class on Tuesday or any other day. Okay, it is required.
Okay,
So
Okay,
I
sir.
will tell you by evening when I will going to take this class. Fine.
Okay, sir.
So it may be before 7. So are you able to attend my class at 7? 7 a.m. and 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. So I will try to pre-record the lecture and then post it to this YouTube group, and I will ask some questions and give me answer of these questions in next class. So it will be considered as your attendance. Fine.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I will pre-record all these lectures. Okay, so let us download your attendance. And finish the recording.